The confrontation between the Karnataka government and Governor Gehlot has intensified after the governor declined to deliver the customary address at the start of the assembly session and exited the assembly, causing chaos. This is the other reason for a political showdown and the other big story from Karnataka that we're bringing to you. The governor objected to paragraphs criticizing the centre's new G law on rural employment that has replaced Manrega schemes started by the UPA government. As the assembly witnessed chaotic scenes, Congress's B.K. Hariprasad alleged that his clothes were torn inside the assembly premises amid the ruckus. Reacting to the governor's refusal to read the entire speech, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah said that the governor shouldn't have refused to read the speech prepared by the government and said it was the duty of the governor to read that speech. The BJP, meanwhile, backed the governor's stance, saying that the governor was not the mouthpiece of the Congress and could not be forced to read that speech. Meanwhile, the Karnataka government has warned that it is prepared to move court if need be. In fact, amid the standoff, you have the Advocate General of Karnataka in Delhi currently. NDTV spoke exclusively to Congress MLA B.K. Hariprasad, who alleged that his clothes were torn inside the assembly premises.
If you could tell us what exactly happened.
Don't blame the marshals. It was the Bharatiya Janata Party members who attempted these things. They are undemocratic. They don't know how to protest. And we were protesting against the governor not addressing this joint session. It is unconstitutional. When we are protesting, Bharatiya Janata Party resorted to these things.
But you stopping the governor is something that the BJP is saying was also not right. What would you make
The
of that?
governor has got no business to go by the dictation of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Governor is a non-partisan. He should be non-partisan. There are umpteen numbers of incidents, and the judgment from the Supreme Court, the governor cannot act on his own. He has to act on behalf of the cabinet of the state.
ಜಂಟಿ ಅಧಿವೇಶನ ಉದ್ದೇಶಿ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ರೀತಿಯ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 176, 163 ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ, ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಅವರು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ಓದಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
The state government has no agenda but to do politics. Their only agenda is to blame the central government and put the blame and try their inefficiency and their corruption. They are trying to put it on their government inefficiencies. They are trying to cover up by blaming the central government. So anyway, discussion will happen and we will expose them how G is good and what these people are trying to do.
The governor seems to be taking orders from somewhere. So is he independent? Is he constitutionally free? So let him answer, or let his party answer. See, I am very sorry to say that the opposition in Karnataka, the BJP, has no common sense. They don't apply their minds for anything. I am stating, right, Article 176, Article 163. Do they talk about that? Let them stop talking politics. Let them talk legally and constitutionally. Let them talk constitutionally. I mean, what can you answer if they are going to talk like that? If they are going to talk foolishly, it shows their capacity. We are very clearly stating the facts. The 11 paragraphs that we are putting across, the BJP is answering. Why are they answering on behalf of the governor? The governor is quite capable.
Job of Honorable Governor, His Excellency, is to take care of the interest of the state. Okay? So whatever is being decided by the Council of Ministers should be read out by the governor. That's what happens all the time. But I don't understand that how he's just welcomed and thanked everyone and is not spoken. I don't think it's right.
You know, the BJP says that the governor is not here as the mouthpiece of the Congress party and it's an agenda-driven speech that was prepared just to target the centre. It has nothing to do with the state. Is the charge that comes in from the opposition?
No, whatever is decided by the Council of Ministers in the cabinet should be read out by His Excellency the Governor. Not only in Karnataka but all over the other states also, which His Excellency should have done. but he's not done that. So I don't think it's right at all.
Okay.
It's political and sheer political pressure from the Modi government and BJP on which the governor is acting. He should have, unfortunately, he's doing that. He should have acted on the constitutional ethos rather than accepting Modi government's dictate.
And Deepak is now joining me live on that big story. Deepak, you have the Congress saying that the governor has no reason to follow the diktat of the BJP. You have the Advocate General of the state in Delhi. What do the next 24 to 48 hours look like in terms of this huge face-off showdown in the state?
Vedika, the role of the Advocate General would have come in if the governor would have abstained from actually making his way to the assembly, which would of course mean that the assembly wouldn't start itself today. But the governor of course has decided to come today, but he didn't read the speech. So next what we are anticipating is a resolution similar to what happened in Tamil Nadu, where the government will move the resolution saying that the entire speech should become a part of the House proceedings and should be recorded. Meanwhile, we've also seen some drama play out after the governor left as well. When the governor was leaving, we saw some heckling that happened. Mr. B.K. Hari Prasad tried to stop the governor. The marshals had to pull him away. There was a lot of sloganeering. After that, in the well of the house, the BJP has been alleging that this is an insult to the constitutional post of the governor in the manner that the legislators behaved, and the drama is only escalating. So it's going to be a stormy session. It's for today and tomorrow, and then they break for the weekend. It starts off again on the 27th. The discussion here primarily will focus around Manrega, while the BJP, of course, will try to stall it, trying to bring up other issues pertaining to the state as well.